But then I got stateside, and that's where things started getting hairy for me. Again. Why is it always back as on the States? It always gets crazy when you get back home. That's why people stay out at sea, because it's just more free. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to today's vlog. Workout-wise, this is prescribed as a complete day off. Other than some foam rolling, which I'll do later on tonight, I'm just gonna do my best to be as inactive as possible. And while that hasn't gone extremely according to plan, I'm still just taking it easy. We had to go to the lake where I'm gonna swim, and I had found out that the beach area where I was originally gonna do the swim is closed, so you can't even park there. The park rangers will kick people out. So I had to find a new spot, because when I come out of the water, I need Charlotte and the kids to be there with my bike and my running gear, so that, you know, I can just transition and get right onto the bike. So we found a spot to do that, which is awesome. It looks like it's gonna work out perfectly. So the plan, come out of the water, run up the beach, and up this flight of stairs, and there's a parking lot to where I can transition onto the bike. And then we have been promising Evelyn for the last about 2 months that if she stuck to her gymnastics and to completing her daily chores for 2 months, that we would let her do this.
Solid gold and one is stainless steel. Okay, solid gold is only $12.
It's not gonna hurt a little.
My baby girl's growing up.
That way it'll be even on both. All right, my lovely girl, we're gonna get it done. Oh, I know it. I did it too. Oh, you did it. Well done. Oh, you did it.
A little bit of a burn.
You're so beautiful. Look at her.
Wow.
I can't, she was so brave. I can't, but even like the piercing lady, and I don't know, maybe she's just saying that to be like sweet and all, but even the piercing lady was just like, wow, like there's a lot of girls that come in here that aren't nearly as brave, and like older girls that are like twice your age and blah, blah, blah. So really just pumped. I asked her afterwards, after we were walking around, and I wish I would have caught it on camera. I said, well, how do you feel? And she says, I feel like a queen. Which that's exactly how we wanted her to feel. So really proud of her for doing that. We are gonna go out and do a couple other just small running around errands. I'm even gonna let Charlotte drive. That's just how much stress I'm trying to relieve for myself, because I just can't find it in me to just sit on the couch all day. Unless I'm sick, that usually just doesn't happen. Or if the weather is just awful. But so we are gonna go out. We have to do a couple other errands because we have some things to a picnic with my family that lives nearby. We're gonna get together with them. It'll be the first time that we've really seen them in 3 months now. So looking forward to that, but we gotta go pick up a few items for the picnic. And when I get back from doing that, I'll share this week's episode of the Drunken Sailor Sea Story. Episode 6. I can't believe like 6 weeks have gone by already. Crazy to me. But I'll just preface that story saying that just a lot more drinking happened out on my deployment. I didn't get in any more trouble. And really, what the rest of the cruise ended up being like was a very good learning experience for me. I really learned like what things we can and can't do, and just a lot about how the whole operation out at sea works, which proved to be extremely valuable in my later deployments, and information that I was able to turn around and share with other crew members, and even just some stuff that we did, like we would make these giant, I don't want to call it a hot tub, but it was a big, we'd take these big, huge boxes called a tri-wall. I don't know why it was a tri-wall. 3 feet tall, I think. 4 walls, 3 feet high is probably, they were taller than 3 feet though. Anyway, we'd line those with plastic, fill it with water, and then put like an air hose in there and make it kind of a bubbly hot tub. So that was one thing that, you know, when you get bored out at sea, you just kind of start doing stuff. And so to share that kind of information with some of the other people that I cruised with that hadn't seen that before was kind of cool. So, but then I got stateside, and that's where things started getting hairy for me. Again. Why is it always back as on the States? It always gets crazy when you get back home. That's why people stay out at sea, because it's just more free, kind of. Anyway, I'll be back with you guys on that a little bit later. Stay tuned. The day zips by once again, but as promised, Drunken Sailor Sea Story, episode 6, coming at ya. I came back off a cruise. All my buddies and friends are 21 and over. Like, I really didn't know too many people that were under 21. At least not the guys, especially the guys that I was trying to hang out with. They didn't really care to go to like the base kind of clubs and stuff that I could easily get in. So I had to find a way to get into the clubs illegally. How would most people do that? Use a fake ID, right? Well, the only way that I knew how to make a fake ID, which I found out, I just kind of stumbled across this knowledge, was that if I took my military ID and taped it to somebody else's military ID, you know, I'd use that clear magic tape, and they'd go around the borders of the ID, and you couldn't like see. And as long as you were really smooth and didn't have any creases, it looked pretty legit. And that worked for a long time. Like, I would just take that ID and I'd show them, because it has your birth date and height and stuff like that. So as long as I was getting somebody's ID that was close to my size, weight, eye color, all that, you know how fake IDs work, right? Surely I don't have to explain that. Anyway, that worked for a long time, until the time that it didn't. You know, I was trying to go into this one club, meet up with my crew of people, and give the bouncer my ID, and he automatically just kind of is like holding it and feeling it, and next thing I know, he reaches down, and of course now my heart is beating probably 300 beats a minute. It's just about to blow out of my chest, and he peels the IDs apart, and I about pooped in my pants at that point in time. I was like, oh my God. Aftermath of that is I don't get in the club. He turns my IDs into the command. They do, you know, through a search, it ends up at my command. Up to the big guy's office goes Brandon. For what? I'm like, oh, I was just like trying to get in. I tried to like finagle my way out of what I had just done. But what happened was I got busted for falsifying government documents. Big no-no. All the way to captain's mast. I was in E3 and 19 years old. The captain decides to bust me to E2 and take half of my pay for 2 months. I was broke. It was just awful. To top it off, after like 6 months, I think I had just gotten E3 back. And so when my pay was starting to get like rearranged and get like my extra pay from having E2 pay, the dispersing office figured out that I had been still collecting my air crew and my search and rescue special pay for that whole entire time, which, I mean, I didn't know any different, but in the manual it says, oh, well, as an E2, you're not allowed to collect these special pays, which again is another reason they did this accelerated advancement when I first got out of search and rescue school. So, yeah, as soon as I make E3, they're like, oh, well, you owe us 6 months worth of this. I don't even remember what it was. It was probably like $300 and some. So again, another $2,000 I have to like fork out, which I didn't think it was I'm like, well, I felt like so wronged, but there we are. Sometimes we just don't feel like it's our fault until I can look back and be like, you know, the only reason I'm in this predicament was because I lied about who I was and what I was able to do. I'm the one that made myself get the fake ID. I did that. Nobody else did that. I got caught. Nobody else caught me. What's up, Jack? And that is just, I think, a great kind of segue to go in with step 9 about how, like I was saying yesterday, there's just sometimes you just got to look a little bit inside and figure out where we make the mistake. What part of this is our responsibility? How do we own it? And then take ownership. You can't just let it slide under the rug. No, you got to own up to your shit. Sorry if those surely curse words aren't offending, but this video is not for kids. Anyway, that's the story. I made it to E3. Guess what? This ain't the end. I'm still my first 2 years in the military. Keeps getting better, trust it. All right, hey, thanks for being here. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. And taper day has been nice. I'm gonna go watch some family movie time. And it was nice to just kind of relax. I'm gonna go do my foam rolling now and hit up a workout tomorrow. 6 days until race time, guys. I'll see you tomorrow, but I hope you join me for the race. I hope we're gonna get some good footage for you. All right, cool. Until then, peace.